love your family. Now if you overcome this struggle, don't get weary. We cry out for the poor and needy. Just be careful where them a feed we.
Just be calm and be gentle. Respect everyone.
Could be your mother, your father, your aunt, and your sister. Yes, and your brother. Me say family. This run a pray for me. No evil us, nor envious cannot devour me. Stay far from poverty. Jah rule me destiny. Shane Brown and Popcorn and the reason who we
every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
We are back with more talk time right here on the Clean Fresh Sound. This is Roleza and Dianna on Activated Mornings. And at this time, we're supposed to have Mr. Kingsley De Freitas with us as well so that he can give us his usual morning commentary. So, Kingsley, if you are listening and you are going to call, we are going to give you a couple of seconds to do so. I do not believe that he is going to call because normally he would have already called. So that means we will not have any Kingsley commentary today. Instead, we're going to have our usual Dianna and Roleza commentary. And of course, the WEFM listeners, because you are a part of the program. Yeah. So you call us 457-9997, WhatsApp direct, WhatsApp text. That's the number. And you can get your thoughts out. I want to highlight something. I noticed that a teacher of she's from Belair, and she is going to be hosting a workshop for fathers, right? So fellas, listen up. So you are invited to a workshop, and the workshop is titled Improving Father-Child Relationships for Better Academic Performance. And the event is designed to support you in enhancing your involvement in your children's education and strengthening your relationship with them. So that is for all fathers and father figures. When is this workshop taking place? On Wednesday, the 26th of March, and the time 4:30 p.m. at the Belair Government School. Wednesday, 26th of March, 4:30, Belair Government School. Workshop, Improving Father-Children Relationships for Better Academic Performance. All right. So you have quite a few things that you will be looking at. Being an engaged dad, fatherhood in the digital age, fatherhood and education, helping your child to succeed, a father's perspective, from playtime to problem solving. And so those are some of the topics that will be covered, and it's going to be hosted by Miss Brayton. So all father figures who are eligible for this workshop, then make sure that you go out and you attend to hear what is going to be said. And of course, pass on the message to some fathers who you know really, really need to be there and may not hear this. Okay, so we have a call at this time. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
I've seen you ladies at sports day today.
Which sports?
You will not be seeing me out there. No.
Which school you supporting today?
Well, I'm supposed to be supporting GHS fully, but I'd always be supporting GHS and Convent. All right.
Okay.
Lee was gonna beat you all today.
Well, we can see how it going. We're calling nothing definite right now.
It's left to be seen.
Right.
So which school you supporting?
All roads lead to to Diamond today.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And which school are you supporting?
Maybe I might keep you all up to date on what's going on.
Not a problem. Appreciate it.
All right then.
Have a good one. All right, thanks.
Okay, so somebody bringing their sports energy there already for us. To be honest, I didn't even realize that today was the secondary school sports. I know yesterday they had the primary school sports and prep school one. So prep school people, big up yourself this morning. What primary school were you supporting any? St. Mary's? Okay. All right then. So St. Mary's
don't know I don't know why they place because I really wasn't keeping track. But yes. All right, so we know that the school spirit is there. It's going to be a lot of excitement. I know going back to the days of inter-school sports, even as a student, it was, something that we used to look forward to. Although for us, the rules were a little bit different where we had to go in school clothes and, it wasn't this whole...
I've never been to inter-secondary. So my mother never sent me to inter-secondary sports.
My mother...
And
I went maybe like one or twice. Had to convince my mother, it's like I couldn't. But I think what happened is because, back then there was this whole thing with inter-school sports where, of course, big men going to look for girls. And so she never really, I guess maybe that's the reason I've never actually asked her what the reason was. But because back then you couldn't ask reasons.
Come on now.
But I figured maybe it was that. I don't know. But, I went maybe like once or twice. And it was always like a really good time, because high school and grammar school boys we and we lime in together and that kind of thing, And interestingly, sometimes parents or even let's say parents of girls who go to all girls schools already like to have this interaction with their daughters interacting with boys from other schools. But the interesting thing is that we have maintained lifelong friendships.
Yep,
so
true.
You can't always be looking at the situation as if it is liming, are they going to a day and that kind of thing. Half of them might look at us as brothers. So, this whole dating thing, even in adulthood, is not going to happen. So, all right, we have spotting and then we could probably take a call for like 2 minutes.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
you are on. Good morning.
Yeah, you're all laughing, having fun, eh? So, not paying attention to who is calling. Anyhow.
What is?
What are you going to say?
Nothing, Dave. Nothing. Go ahead.
All right. Yes, man. Those days of sports, like what's going on right now in June. Remember during those years of secondary school, your adolescent years, huh? That's what you call it? That's how you girls look at it? Your life is not yet mature as society or your parents who are very concerned about your development and what's not. I mean, we all live in a society and we hear the talk, we know what's... And I just let me chip in here because I know what's fun. Clean fun, but also dirty fun, because that's a time when you're at that stage of your development when you how to say it, when your body start giving you certain signal, Roleza, and you see a handsome guy or Dianna, and you're willing to take a chance to do certain things. We all go through that. We all went through that. Some of us can't talk about it. Especially if you would have put yourself in a real problematic or, far-fetched situation and you had to pay the penalty. But it's all part of our growing up. And as a parents, because you have gone through as parents, you have gone through the same thing. You're very concerned about your daughter, well, not so much a son, but your daughter. You had to say, well, you won't tie a bulldog or something like that. I mean, reduce it to animal behavior because you know what can happen. So we can't get away from that. It's just how you were brought up and the parents you have who've been looking with eagle eyes to see how and for instance, do you think when a young lady becomes sexually active? I know. Let me put that to you, girls or ladies. Do you think that I've been pondering over this? Do you think they should tell their parents, "Well, look, mommy or daddy, I'm sexually active now"? Or listen to the response.
Oh Lord. Are you listening off here? Oh, you are. All right. Lord.
Let's just get some music for a bit.
Oh Lord.
Dave.
All right, so it's a serious enough question that can be answered. All right. I suppose for me, number one, if you are going to school, boy or girl, male or female, for me, no sexual activity, right? Because you cannot potentially handle by yourself possible consequences. All right. Yes, we know there are STDs. Yes, and there are STIs. Yes, a female can become pregnant, and if she gets pregnant from by an underage boy as well, he also needs to face up to the responsibility. So really and truly, anybody engaging in sexual activity under the age of 18, or if you are still in school, is not something that I would condone. It's not something that I am going to be okay with. I will never be okay with it, right? Because that responsibility is going to fall on your parent or your parents. All right. Should they have this conversation with their parents, as in the child have the conversation with their parents that they are sexually active? If you see, the thing of it is that it depends on the relationship that they have with their parents, right? Not every. I wonder how many parents, when females or when both genders actually become sexually involved, do they tell their parents or the parents just figure it out for themselves?
I wonder too.
I really do think that many parents just end up figuring it out for themselves, right? Because we have not grown up in a society where it is okay to have those type of conversations, right?
Correct.
Many parents would have the sex talk, and I remember the sex talk that my mother had with me, and it was, I'm not even going to have that conversation on here because it was just so interesting, right? But they put that fear in you in terms of what sex is about. And you know, the thing of it is that sex is a beautiful thing when it's with two persons who actually love each other. All right. So it's not so much about instilling fear, but I do understand why the instilling fear comes in, especially for children. But I don't think that many parents leave it open enough for you to have this comfortable conversation with them about it. And really and truly, you should be able to, because I really would like to see that there are relationships between mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, where a child can feel comfortable telling their parents every and anything.
Correct.
But it has to start from very young. You can't wait till they become teenagers to want to try to have this conversation.
Very true.
Wait until they become adults to want to have the conversation. If the conversation isn't there, if they don't feel free enough to talk to your parents about anything when you're very young, it is going to be extremely difficult to have it when they are much older.
Very true. I never had a sex talk. I don't remember ever getting a sex talk from my mother, so I cannot really speak on that part. But I agree with everything that you have said. And I wonder if sometimes the parents realize that it's because we have not built certain relationships, why the children are not going to come to you with certain things. And I believe that you ought to have the conversation with them before they go out into the world, because what you fail to tell them, or the more you try to hide something from the children, the more they're going to want to explore, especially if they're a really, really curious person. They are just going to go out there and they're going to find it out from somebody. I think the best place for them to find out about it is at home. So parents, if you're listening and you have young children or children in that particular age group, let's hope that you have built a solid foundation in terms of your relationship with them, so that they will be able to come to you and speak, and not just about sex talks, but as Roleza said, about anything, really, anything at all. Sometimes even molestation, because you don't have a good relationship with your child, they will not tell you that they have been molested. They will not feel comfortable telling you something like that. So definitely build that relationship from small, and not just instill the fear in them. I want to say something that may be a little bit controversial, but I know we always tell young people to abstain. And some adults, they would continue to tell you to abstain even after they know that you are sexually involved. I think at that point, when you know for a fact that the children are sexually involved, though we don't want for this to be the case, it's best to teach them how to have safe sex. I think at that point, because for me, it does not make sense that you keep telling them, don't do it, knowing that they're doing it and knowing that they're going to continue to do it. If they're not doing it already, then of course you continue with the message. Abstinence is key, and all of the other things associated with sex, like unwanted pregnancies and STIs. But other than that, if they are already, I feel like it's best to just teach them about doing it the safe way.
But you know, the other thing as well too, there's also this other discussion where if they are engaged in sex, would you feel comfortable with them having sex in your home? Right? Would you feel comfortable with them? Would you also provide your daughters with condoms? Right? So it's also this type of conversation that if you do know what is it that you are going to allow. But of course, we're not going to get into that. We have police officers in our midst, and we have a very interesting cop chat topic this morning, which may delve into a little bit of some of these things. So, yes, we are going to head on out of this segment at this time.
All righty then. It is now 8:01, and this time check came to us by the New Haven Funeral Home.